Right, we are live, apparently. Yes,
Get them.
we're live. Aha, excellent. Okay, oh, you're still dying. Right, okay, so just a quick bit of blur while the viewer counter starts to go up. So the final hangout, gosh, 2 weeks. 2 weeks and 1 day, isn't it, since we started? We started on the Tuesday. So, yeah, doesn't time fly when you're having fun? Right, okay, the counter's going up, fantastic. Let's see if we've got any hellos on the other window. Let's see. Have we got any hellos? Anybody saying hello?
Lee and Maureen and Jim have all said good morning.
Brilliant, fantastic. Okay, right, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the final hangout. As you'll see, we did promise you Sarah, but I'm afraid she's still unwell. So you'll just have to make do with Nick and I this morning. So
what a shame.
Yeah, and we've been crying bitter tears because no one has volunteered from your group to join us. We're just feeling really unloved, aren't we, Nick?
We are.
Yeah, abandoned and lost. So we've been crying and mopping away the tears before we started. That's why we're a minute or so late starting, because we had to mop up all our tears. But no one had volunteered. No one had volunteered to join us. So I'm going to issue a final challenge on that. It will have to be totally experimental, obviously, because we won't have time to test it. But if any of you would like to ping your email address, preferably your Gmail address, into the chat window, we will try and beam you in live without testing in real time. So that'll be a real experimental use of technology, because we've not tried that before. But if anyone's game to appear in the Hangout this morning, now, i.e. in the next 10 minutes or so, then ping us your email address in the chat window and we will try and beam you in. Okay, how's that for a challenge? A second challenge, again, as it's the last Hangout, pictures. We would love to see some final day pictures from you. It might be your views out the window, or what the weather's doing in Singapore, or where you're studying from. I think the prize so far this course goes to the picture from the gym. But if anyone can beat that this morning, that would be good.
I like the sashimi cake.
Yeah, yes, that's fantastic. Yeah,
that looked great to me.
Colourful food, abiding memory from this course. Right. Okay. What do we need to cover this morning then? We've posted all the feedback on topic 4, including a general feedback post, and I've got a few words to say about that. We need to reiterate what you need to do for your final task, which is due, I think I said Friday yesterday, but I've just checked my diary. It's actually this Thursday, so the 24th. It still seems quite a long time in the general scheme of things with this module when you've been working on sort of daily or 2 daily deadlines up to this point. So we'll say a few words about that, and obviously take any questions that you have. So that's the plan for this morning. Nick, did you want to say anything about the topic 4s? Anything about the feedback?
Well, I'm not sure there's a great deal more to say than yesterday. Essentially, the key point from me is using the visuals a lot better, but they're still using them to put sort of text onto slideshows and videos and graphics, images, and so on. And of course, it's not about text; it's about visuals. So it's the same point as I made yesterday. Visuals for visualization or text on the screen, and making the person who's reading it have to read more and more, even though it's in a different format of reading. So that'd be my key point.
Okay, that's a key point, and I think the key point for me, which again I said yesterday as well, is that some people are clearly trying out new things each week, and they're progressing topic by topic, whereas I think a few of you have kind of settled into a comfort zone where you're just repeating what's worked for you on the previous topic and not really tried out anything new. So if you had a comment back from the which says something like, why not try something different next time for the final post, then I'm talking about you. So I think that's my kind of main feedback from topic 4. In terms of the,
sorry, Lisa, I think that's a really good point, because we're not expecting you to be perfect in using any of these particular softwares or tools, or any of these ways of designing your own images or animations. We don't expect you to be perfect. You're experimenting, you're learning. The point is, we do expect you to be progressing. So if you're not improvements each week, that's actually a bigger problem than trying something and it not being quite perfect. Afraid of, or I'm not sure I want to do this because I don't think I'm going to do something very good. Maybe you might have friends who are more graphical or more artistic or better at designing or more photographic than you, but you might think, oh, I'm not going to be able to do a very good graphic. The point is that you're trying. That's much more important. So don't be shy, don't be afraid, get stuck in and have a go, basically.
Yeah, that's really good advice, and I think that's something that can apply to all of your modules, really. It's an opportunity for you to experiment and to try new things, and meet new people, build your network, all of these kind of things. And if you just stick within your comfort zone, then you're not really going to develop any new kind of attitudes, behaviours, etc. So it's kind of a bit of a metaphor for life, really, if you like, if we want to get philosophical this time of the morning. Yeah.
We got a question in, Lisa.
Sorry, Nick, say again.
From Elvina. She says that she's yet to receive feedback on her Google Docs form.
Oh. Okay, well, we'll check that out straight after the session. But I haven't actually got the forms open at the moment, so I won't have a look right this minute. But okay, sorry about that, Elvina. We'll have a look as soon as we finish the Hangout and get back to you about that. Is there anything else?
And we've got another question that says, best post graded based on the same criteria as the other topics as well. I presume by that you mean topic 6.
Yeah, I guess so. There is on your feedback sheets, it's probably right at the bottom now because we've pushed it down as we've added in new topic feedback, but there is a separate box for feedback on your final post. So it's similar, it's smaller, but it's a table that you fill in exactly the same way. So have a look at that for the exact criteria, but it's definitely there, probably right at the very bottom of your feedback form at the moment. Sorry, Nick.
Does that box have statements in it like the ones for topics 1 to 5, or is it just the?
I think it's just the broad categories, that one.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. So you won't expect to see detailed criteria statements like you've been using so far. You'll just see the broad categories.
Yeah, so it's quite a small box which you've probably missed right at the bottom of the form, but that's what we'll be using.
Possibly, it might also possibly be after topic 1. That'd be between topic 1 and topic 2 on those forms as well. Because I'm not certain it's definitely at the bottom. Because certainly on a number of mine, it's definitely not at the bottom.
Okay.
I think it comes topic 1.
Okay, well, I guess it depends how the marker's been organising the form, but I've been moving, as I've marked the topic, I've moved it to the top of the list, so the most recent one is at the top. So that would mean that the topic 2's got pushed right down. But anyway, it's on there somewhere. So you might have to scroll down through a few pages. It might be at the bottom or it might be hiding in the middle, but it is there. So that's what we'll be using for the final post. Any other questions on the Nick?
Not that I can see at the moment. Jim did ask whether you mentioned his picture just now, but I asked if this was if Jim was the picture from the gym, but Jim wasn't in the gym.
No, that wasn't.
So Jim's not the gym.
The Jim from the gym. No. Sorry, Jim, I can't remember which was your picture. Can't think. Was it the one with the bike? The bike in the countryside? Just trying to think. That might have been.
Okay, I think I might see the problem with Elvina and her feedback. And that is that she appears not to have self-marked.
Okay, can we check that one out afterwards, Nick?
Yep, sure.
I was just looking for a point I was going to show you on the. Where are we? Here we are. The general feedback. Somebody was asking yesterday about how to get top marks, and in the general feedback post, I put a link to a post from a previous course, but it's obviously exactly relevant to you guys as well. And I'm just going to see if I can share my screen a minute so you can see it, because I think you might find it useful in terms of thinking about how to get the highest marks for your topic 5. Hang on, I'm just pressing wrong buttons randomly here.
Yeah, another way to think about that. If you look at the difference between the criteria statements, so if one says a range of, says a wide range of, then clearly if you want to move from the 60 to 69 band into the 70 plus band, you have to try and make an assessment for yourself as to what you consider to be a range and what you consider to be a wide range. If one of the statements says competent understanding and the other one says full and nuanced understanding, again, it's up to you to try and what would constitute competent and what constitutes a full and nuanced understanding. So, you know, the guides, the information about how to get from one band to the next actually is there within the marking criteria. If you look at it carefully and you use the marking criteria properly, this is one of the reasons why we've been encouraging everyone to self-mark, because that's the way that you can get to learn how to improve. If you're highlighted in one section where it says, for example, again, let's say images and graphics is highlighted, but video is not. So some images, graphics used. You can see that the video bit's not highlighted. So if you want to move up some marks next time, produce a video as well. Then you can get some images, graphics, and video as self-produced. So the marking criteria do give you quite a lot of guide about how to move from one band up into the next.
Yes, that's very true. And if, for example, you've just sort of indicated in yellow all the way down the right-hand column in an attempt to get as many marks as possible, that kind of suggests to us that you haven't really given it much thought and haven't read the criteria in detail. So yeah, the best way to improve your marks is to really take note of the feedback. And as Nick says, it's largely there in front of you. So I think that, you know, most people have done that really quite well. I think my biggest gripe about the self-marking is people forgetting to do it in the first place. But once you've done it, I think you'll find that it's been, on the whole, done very well indeed. Right, I'm just going to share my screen a second and show you, hopefully, this picture. Can you tell me, Nick, if it's actually appearing rather than me? It's the Bloom's taxonomy.
Yes, it's there.
Great, fantastic. So this is what I've linked to from the general feedback post yesterday, and it's a blog post that was done by Oya, who helped us with the module last year, and she's written a whole blog post which you'll find useful about, you know, how to write critically. But the thing I wanted to show you in particular is this diagram, which is called Bloom's taxonomy, and it's about showing different levels of understanding and how to get the highest marks. And it's kind of equivalent to the headings in your marking sheet, where you've got the lowest grades on the left-hand side and the highest grades on the right, and the different columns in between reflect different levels of this table. So for the very highest marks, we're looking at you being at the top here, where it says creating, evaluating, and analysing. And there are some keywords underneath, which might be a bit small unless you open it up yourselves. But if you have a look at this post in detail, you'll see that there's some keywords which should indicate to you what a really good answer should look like. I don't know if you'd like to add anything to that, Nick?
It's good to me, Lisa.
Okay,
I'm just trying to do a couple of questions right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to switch back to the normal screen now, but do have a look at that. It's a link from the general feedback post that I put up last night. Okay, so is there any more questions there, Nick?
Yeah, so we've had one question from Renee, which is actually a very sharp question. It's a good question, where she's asking about within the comments top category. There's a section that says comments did lead to dialogue, but that she's sort of pointing out that is dependent on the other person. Good comment with some really good questions, and the other person just doesn't reply. Then it's difficult to get into that top category. So I was just saying, we recognize this. We understand that it's dependent on somebody else. It's only a small part of the overall comments section. You know, you've got the sort of depth of understanding, the amount of which you understand the post that you're commenting on, the questioning, the supporting of the questioning, or the challenging, and those are much more significant criteria within that category. You know, we recognize that it's in part down to others, you to always try and reply to the people who comment on your blog for exactly that reason, but we do also understand it doesn't happen every time, so don't worry, it's not going to have a huge effect for that particular section. But as I say, do try to comment, to reply to the people who've been good enough to comment on your blogs, because it will, in the long run, it all helps each other.
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah, and I hope that was clear for you, Renee.
Yeah. Any other questions there?
Not so far, no.
Okay, right, so have we done what we said we were going to do? We've talked a bit more about topic 4. We've said lots of things about your final post. It's all in the feedback from previous Hangouts, but just to reiterate, what we're really looking for there is for you not to kind of just do a summary of summaries. It's not sort of, oh, I learnt this from topic 1 and this from topic 2. But it's really to think, turn it around on yourself and think, okay, what does all of this really mean for me? What have I learnt? You know, what aspects of this course have been most useful to me, and why? And how am I going to take that forward into the future? Those are the key things that we're looking for. And you've got the opportunity within the post to demonstrate some of the skills you've learned, for example, by including a nice image, video, etc., which isn't dominated by text, as Nick keeps reminding you. And of course, the key thing to remember is your self-test that you did at the start of the module, and to reflect on what's changed since you did that self-test. So that's the kind of thing we're going to be looking for in your final post. And as at the last official day of the module today, obviously you've still got your comments and reflections on topic 5 to post up by the end of today, which we will then get cracking on marking in the usual way. So if anyone's got any questions about that, any questions on topic 5 or about what we're expecting from the final post next week, then please pop them in the box now. We'll do our best to answer them for you. Is there anything coming up, Nick?
I'm just having a quick look. Okay. So we've got questions still about these comments. Let's have a look. Does a reply still lead to comment could lead to dialogue? Yeah, so if I reply on your blog and you reply to them, then in essence, what you're actually doing by replying is helping them to comment did lead to dialogue response, but it's also sort of helping you as well, because it will make people more inclined to comment back on things that you've, to reply back to comments that you've made. So it's a sort of a mutual, it's kind of a mutual helping. However, we are generally thinking more about the comments than we are about the replies. So that's if that helps you with that question. As Jim correctly says, dialogue is between two parties. That's the idea. If we can see that your comment engaged the original poster and they replied to you, or that you have replied to someone who's commented on yours, then that suggests this idea of you're learning from each other, you're engaging with each other. It all sort of adds together. But in terms of the actual marks, it's comments that we're mainly interested in.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Okay. And for Adeline, I have added your topic 5 table now, so it should be there and correct. Have a quick check and tell me what you think. Okay,
I'm just looking at Twitter. I think, Jim, is this the tweet you were mentioning? Because I can see now there's a picture arrived of crisp chicken, which again looks extremely interesting and unusual in design and colour. So thank you. Yeah, excellent. So don't forget, keep those pictures coming through. Right, that picture's completely made me forget what I wanted to say. Any other questions on there while I think about what I was going to say that's just escaping me?
Currently, no. Over names, but Brendan's
not Brenda.
Brendan's changed gender, and but no, I think that's been resolved by the parties involved.
Good. That's the benefits of dialogue, you see.
Adeline's table's now there, so that's good.
Good. Crispy chicken waffle. Wow. I don't think I've ever heard of a crispy chicken waffle. You guys really do have some interesting food.
Is that actually made of chicken, or is that made of potato? The waffle to me is always made of potato, or like donut dough.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well, I'm sure.
Chicken and donut.
I'm sure Jim will post some more details about that. Right.
That's about it.
Okay. But I don't think, I'm just looking back through the questions, I don't think anyone's volunteered their email address to beam in. So I think we've failed dismally on that score, Nick.
Well, I think we have.
Yeah.
This year's students are a little bit shy.
Yeah. Oh well, it's really because we're scary and horrible, I hope.
If I can appear on a YouTube video that will probably hang around for years, at 7:30 in the morning with no breakfast, I'm sure you guys can look a lot better than I do.
Yeah, you're much better dressed than we are. Right. Okay, so the only thing I haven't yet mentioned is the bonus. Nick and I were discussing before we went on air that we have a little bonus for you, just in case you've not had enough Hangouts and will miss them terribly now that they're finishing. We thought we'd put on an extra one for you next week. So if you would like, we'll do another Hangout. We think next Tuesday would be the best day, same time. In case you've any questions following on from the topic 5 feedback, and also, or mainly really, to help you with any questions you might have with your final post. So if you would like another Hangout, please send us some thumbs up or comments in the chat box. And if you send us a load of thumbs down, then we'll just stay in bed instead, won't we, Nick? So, so it's up to you. If you would like another Hangout next week, but if it clashes with something else, I don't think it should clash with another class, because you're not starting the next module until after next week, I believe. But, oh, I'm seeing some thumbs up. Okay. Is that thumbs up for the Hangout next Tuesday morning?
Looks like it.
Looks like it. It looks like it. Okay. Or are you just summing up the chicken waffles? Right. And of course, it does mean you've got another opportunity to volunteer. So if we've made you feel sufficiently guilty about not volunteering to join in, then you still have one opportunity to do so. Okay, right. I'm seeing lots of thumbs up about that. Okay, then. So same process then. I'll post a link on Twitter and in the feedback to this Hangout. But it won't be Monday. It'll be Tuesday next week, which I think is the
22nd.
22nd. Yes. So that still gives you three days before you hand in your final post. Okay. So last chance for questions then, I think. Unless there's anything else you want to add, Nick?
No, it's all good. I'm just amazed by the idea of fried chicken on top of a waffle. that sounds like savoury and sweet and the same thing, and lots of carbohydrate.
Okay. But something else that probably won't travel in the post too well. Yeah.
It does sound quite tempting, though.
Not at this time of the morning. It doesn't. No.
Not for breakfast, granted, but it does sound quite tempting.
Okay, I'm seeing more smileys and thumbs up. I'm not seeing any more questions. So I'm just going to have a final look at Twitter, see if we've got any more pictures. Sarah sent an apology on Twitter saying sorry she can't be here because she's not well. What she doesn't know yet is we put on another one for Tuesday, so we'll try and get her in on that one. Now she says, whoever said I look sick was right. I've been so ill with a sore throat. So it's all your fault, guys. We really pile on the guilt for you this morning. Not only have you really upset Nick and I by not joining in with the Hangouts, you've made Sarah ill. So how's that for a masterpiece of guilt? Oh, we've got another picture. Robusatu, afternoon coffee. Oh, that's a very artistic picture. I like that. Excellent. Thank you very much. Right. Okay, so are we about to sign off for the last official part of the module? As we've said, same applies with topic 5. Hand it in by midnight. We'll get cracking on the marking, and hopefully we'll see some of you again on Tuesday to clear up any final queries you might have. Is that okay with everyone? Perhaps you could send us some final smileys to make sure we're all on the same hymn sheet here.
Yeah, good job with your efforts this last couple of weeks, guys. We really hope you've enjoyed studying these topics and studying in this way. That you'll keep up, what have turned into some really interesting and high quality blogs. So it's great to see the development through in the last couple of weeks. So well done for all your hard work.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Nick. Thanks for pointing that out. I think we do have a tendency to concentrate in these sessions on what's gone wrong or how people could do things better or answer questions. We probably don't say enough about what we've really liked. And obviously there's been, as you said, some really good work. So thank you very much for all of that, and we hope you'll find it useful going forwards. Not just in terms of getting a good mark for this module, but in terms of how you apply yourself to the rest of your course and to your career development.
These skills that you've learned here are things you can use for as lifelong learning skills, things you can take way beyond just the end of this course. So hopefully, till 3 years down the line, we can check out one of your blogs again, and we'll see an amazing thing that's helping you to get the job you want, or to pursue the hobbies you're interested in, or to meet the people that you want. And you never know, it could work out that way, couldn't it?
Yeah. And then we'll send you a bill.
We have had a question, Lisa, from Brendan, asking if we could go through the expectations for topic 6 one more time.
Oh, okay. Well, right. I did say this just now, but all right, I'll do it again. So first thing then, look back at your self-test. and think for each of the categories, not just generally, but for each of the categories in your self-test, where do you think you've improved the most? Is it in the ways you expected? Is it perhaps something different that you didn't expect that you got out of the module? Why was that? So really have a think about how your own understanding has developed over the module up to this point, plus, and don't forget the plus, what you're going to do beyond the module in order to take it further. And I think the best example of that is probably LinkedIn, because I think a number of you recognised in topic 3 that LinkedIn was an important part of your professional profile, but it isn't something you can just knock together overnight. Building up a LinkedIn profile takes a lot of time, and it isn't just about the profile, it's about how you engage on LinkedIn in various groups and communities and that kind of thing. So I would suggest that an obvious thing for you to think about going forward beyond the module is how you're going to work on that aspect. But that's just one example. I'm sure you'll think of other things as well. And
could I add anything? Yeah, could I add? I'd also be interested in seeing you reflect on how you've whole of this learning experience. So you as an individual have developed, sort of that you did at the beginning and you can do again now, can give you some guide on that learning process. Did you feel that you learnt effectively and in a way that resonated with you and the way you like to learn? For example, I remember reading one comment in the post so far. Great, this course was great and really enjoyable because you didn't have to go into school. And actually, I'm quite interested in hearing some of those comments. What was it about the learning style and the way the course was run that you found particularly useful or enjoyable, or alternatively that you really didn't like, that you really didn't connect with? Now, don't make this a huge part of the reflection, but if you can have one paragraph around the learning process as well, that would be really good.
Yeah, and an honest one, when we're not looking for kind of false compliments here. If there's something you didn't like, and you can justify what it was that you didn't like and ideally how it could be improved, that is absolutely fine as well. So
yeah, that's it. Be honest. Don't worry about saying things you think we want to hear. It's much better for us to hear the truth. So these things, you're not going to be penalised, critical, as long as you've done that with evidence and in a correct fashion.
Yeah, constructive. We keep on to you about constructive criticism. So there we go. Okay. Is there anything else popped up while we've been talking?
No.
No. Right. Okay. Well, I think it's probably time to say goodbye for now then. And it isn't a final goodbye, but it's a kind of official goodbye, if you like. So we hope, as we've said, that you've enjoyed the past couple of weeks. They've certainly gone very quickly from our perspective. And as I say, there will be another opportunity to mop up any remaining queries on Tuesday next week. In the meantime, we look forward to your final topic 5 posts, don't we, Nick?
We do. We should be looking at those this afternoon.
Okay.
Lisa?
Yep.
From Shafiq. He's asked, will you upload a post on the module blog regarding full instructions on topic 6? Saying, yes, please upload a post for topic 6 for a clearer view. So it looks like that might be an idea. Okay.
Well, we can certainly, I'll put that in the summary post that I do of this session. It's also in the study guide. The study guide, where it sets out the assessment for the module, isn't just talking about the 5 different topics. It also has a category and a table with the exact question for the final post. So it is all there, honestly. There shouldn't be any surprises here. And that's been there right since the start of the module. But yes, certainly in response to your question, we'll put that in written form in the feedback to this as well. Okay. Anything else there?
No. we've decided that it's chicken and waffle for everyone. Chicken and waffle.
Right. On that note, then we will switch off and see you again next week, hopefully. Okay.
Have a good
Bye,
week.
everyone. Bye.